Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Texas Man here, back with another video. I hope you're, of course, having a wonderful day. If you guys want, please also just do it. Just give the video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all. Make sure you guys hit that bell notification button. Select all for all notifications so you guys don't miss out on future content here on the channel. We're going to be talking about Alien Earth, Season 1. Yeah, I have to make that distinction because the 8th and final episode of Season 1 came out yesterday, and there's a lot of things left unresolved. Hopefully they get resolved in a future season, unlike what happened with Prometheus and Alien Covenant, where those movies never got the third film in their trilogy to properly wrap everything up to tie into the first Alien movie, which is what Alien Earth is supposed to be doing. I don't know if this show is making it where Prometheus and Alien Covenant are no longer canon. It would be nice to know, but I don't. Furthermore, this review is going to be somewhat of a rant, and normally I try to balance out a lot of positivity against a lot of negativity when it comes to my reviews, but I'm going to be forward with you guys, which is what I prefer to be, is that I really wanted to like this show. However, I couldn't. The very first episode pissed me off. And then as the show went on, one episode per week, we got 2 episodes when it dropped, and then 1 episode per week following that. The more I watched the show, the more I realized this is just written by morons, and it is supposed to be enjoyed by morons. This is not a good Alien show. Now, there are certain parts of it that are good. I think, first of all, this 8-episode show could have been a 2.5 to 3 hour long feature-length movie instead of it being 8+ hours long. There's a lot of stuff in this show that is completely pointless. There's a lot of side characters that are meaningless. They get too much attention. There's a lot of main characters that don't get enough attention. There's a lot of dragged out dialogue scenes. Action is very quick. It's a mishmash of ideas, and when you get to episode 8 and it ends, you're like, what's the point of the show? What's the point of the show? Because I honestly don't know. Several seasons of the show have been apparently planned out, and this show starts off 2 years before the events of the original Alien film from 1979. The show focuses on a mystery ship that crashes on Earth after discovering several deadly threats. Of course, this leads soldiers from Prodigy, one of the corporations that's in control of Earth, and newly invited androids to investigate and stop alien threats from apparently trying to take over Earth. It's weird. I kind of want to rewatch the show just for this, because it's like, that's what the show is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about humans and androids stopping a xenomorph outbreak on Earth, kind of like some of the video games and arcade games that have come out recently. But then it just divulges into, okay, humans bad, androids good, androids can talk to alien xenomorphs and whatnot. They're going to form a buddy alliance, wipe out humanity on Earth and take over the galaxy. It goes so... It's a jumbled mess of ideas. And so if my review sounds like a jumbled mess, that's not my fault, it's the show's fault. So I'm going to talk about things in broader terminology, and I'm going to talk about each episode individually. So that's how I'm going to structure this. By the way, I drank a lot of these while reviewing and watching this, because this show honestly was boring parts. Next thing I want to talk about is curiosity as to how this is going to be canon. I am curious if the show is going to be connected to the alien lore at all, because right now, even though all 8 episodes have come out for the first season, I feel as if though this is something optional, because even though it takes place between Alien Covenant, which I still don't know if it's canon or not, and it takes place before the original Alien film, is this like a separate timeline or something? Because there's a lot of stuff in this show that just breaks logic. There's a lot of stuff in this show that breaks canon in the Alien franchise that's been established over multiple films. Like, the big subplot of the first 4 Alien films, Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection, respectively, was about making sure that the xenomorphs didn't get to Earth. The whole point was Ripley trying to make sure that the xenomorphs didn't get to Earth and kill humankind at its source. This show completely ruins that point of Alien. Okay? It completely null and voids it. Because of human stupidity and poor writing, a xenomorph on board with other deadly creatures that we get to explore, like a fly and a alien that just like pops into an eye socket, takes over the brain. This show breaks the franchise because in those first 4 movies, there is no knowledge of what a xenomorph is. But because of this show, humanity, not just like, it's not secluded to this remote island that's in the show that you might have seen in the trailers. It doesn't get secluded. Like, there's many people that know about what a xenomorph is. And the show is like, they're xenomorphs. They don't call them aliens. The ship that goes out in deep space and finds these aliens, they name them. The human beings name them xenomorphs. And I'm just like, so humanity knows about them. Which breaks canon and logic. And I'm just like, so if that's the case, why is it literally 2 years later in Alien from 1979 and onwards in the timeline of the franchise, why is everyone so surprised and shocked about these aliens? Why are they so surprised and shocked when they hear about a xenomorph? It does not make any sense whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm just confused. In terms of tone and atmosphere, the show is a good mix of recent Alien content like Prometheus, but it also has a lot of the original sets and costumes, like from Alien and Alien, so it's a good mixture of the good old and the new. I did like seeing Earth in this franchise, seeing how society operates with several more mega corporations, fighting for total control. I like that part of the show. Unfortunately, it doesn't get explored a lot. I wish we could have seen a lot more of it. So, yeah. The first episode starts with, amazing visuals, horror vibes, and an interesting plot. But the episode ends kind of weirdly, and I'm like, okay, it's either going to get really good or it's going to get really bad. And unfortunately, we get the latter. Episode 2 is really when things just go downhill. It's when things just go down fast. And while you're watching episode 2, you realize this show is just completely illogically written. And it does not get any better. Okay? Chase scenes, they get dragged on for way too long. There's overtop and illogical kills. Characters are constantly making dumbass decisions that either get themselves or other people killed. And the humor does not work at all in this show. It's completely just like out of left field. And I'm like, we're in a dark, dangerous situation being hunted by an alien and you need to make a joke about something completely irrelevant. Why? Also, how and why does humanity think bringing a ship carrying deadly aliens to Earth sounds smart? Like, before you get to the rest of the episodes, that's what you think is supposed to be happening, is that the ship is supposed to land on Earth in Weyland-Yutani space, and it crashes in Prodigy space, part of Earth. And I'm just like, still, why is this ship with aliens that could escape cause total mayhem and kill people. Why are you bringing it to Earth? Oh, guess what? You're not allowed to. So it's a secret thing. So where's the government? Why does Weyland-Yutani not send the ship with all these alien life forms on it to a remote planet or a space station to study them in case of, a contamination failure? Alien Romulus, anybody? Did anybody It came out last year. Did the people writing this show literally forget? We need to come up with a logical reason as to why this can't happen. I'm curious about something, okay? Okay, so here's the thing. The Alien Universe timeline is Prometheus, Alien Covenant, the original Alien, Alien Romulus, then Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. Okay, so maybe people get smarter in the future of this franchise, but still, you're going to tell me you didn't have any other place to send these deadly creatures but Earth. It's still stupid! Also, why don't humans try to shoot down the ship before it crashes into Earth and kills a bunch of people? Where are the listening outposts, by the way, for a ship coming? Like, Star Trek has them. And there's no advanced warning systems. There's no advanced sirens or alerts in outer space. We like, hey, by the way, ship's coming at us. It's like, ship just crashes into Earth and nobody sees it coming. Seriously, nobody sees it coming. It is completely bonkers. Furthermore, even if they don't know about it and they can't stop it, let me explain something to you. The spaceship crashing into Earth is one of the most annoying things about this show. Because of its velocity, its size, and the fuel on board, when the ship crashes into Earth, it would be like a nuclear bomb going off. It would not crash normally. Okay? It's completely illogical. If you watch any other sci-fi movie, show, or play a video game where a ship crashes into a planet or a moon, the ship's going to go kaboom! Okay? Any movie, show, or game that has any sort of logic behind it would recognize that's what's supposed to happen. Okay? That's another thing that pisses me off. It's like, it's just going to crash into some buildings and just go, wee! Park! Like, it literally gets stuck inside of a skyscraper. It's so dumb! So dumb. Next thing, putting dying children into robot machines is a cool concept. But the show does nothing cool with it. It tries to be like, ooh, these androids are going to take over humanity. And it's like, even when you get to the finale of the final episode, it's like, ooh, spooky. I don't care. It's nothing interesting. It's like, it goes nowhere. It's a lot of setup for a lot of no payoff. Instead, the show is... That's the problem with the show. A lot of this is so the plot can happen. These children become special, and they become part of a search and rescue squad looking for the survivors of the crashed ship. You're gonna tell me these 7 and 8-year-olds, even though they're in adult human android-like bodies, you're gonna tell me you think these kids are fit for search and rescue? They have no military basic training on how to use guns or military tactics to live and to work together. Why in the world are we sending children? They are children. Doesn't matter how they look. They are children. That's what the show has said. They are children being sent into a hostile environment, being exposed to death, destruction, and gore. This causes childhood trauma, ladies and gentlemen, in real life. Would you Hollywood writers please leave your bubble and experience life? Okay? If a 7, 8-year-old or younger watches their parents die because of a car crash, that's going to traumatize them. That's going to stick with them for the rest of their life. Don't you think maybe them, 7 and 8-year-old kids, walking around and seeing death and destruction, don't you think that's going to cause some childhood trauma too? I mean, it makes one of these kids think they're pregnant. It is so it's bad. It's bad. Like, they just get sent in. Just like you could tell me this company, this mega corporation prodigy, can't send anybody else. We need this to happen so the plot can happen. It's still dumb writing. It's not properly executed. The show is focused on these androids also a lot. And I wish it didn't. I wish it would focus on some human characters. Because with the show focusing on the androids, the tension is killed. What I mean by that is that these androids, they can't be hurt by facehuggers. They can't have aliens bursting out of their chest. And they can be either repaired or have their soul replaced into a new android body as long as their current body isn't damaged/killed too much. So anytime an android and a xenomorph or other alien life form are interacting and they're in the same room, you're like, okay, the android's going to be fine. If anything, the android might actually kill the xenomorph because of how strong it is. I think the cast is great. I think the cast is great in all the roles. The Black Rogue Science Officer is the most interesting character in the entire show. I think his name's Morar? I'm going to call him Moore. He's really unique. And I liked him. Even though the main character of the show is supposed to be the android Wendy, the Morrow cyborg character I thought was a lot more of an interesting character. So I'm going to say that on that. Like I said earlier, characters constantly make dumb decisions. Like in episode 2, they split up into groups to search this deadly alien environment, knowing of an alien threat being loose. Why? There's too much exposition over, just showing things in this show. This show devolves into show don't tell writing. The show does not treat the audience like adults watching an R-rated show. I'm sorry, but we don't need everything spoon-fed to us. Do you think 7-year-olds are watching their show? Hopefully not. But, can you just let us be intelligent enough to discern what's going on? Characters constantly have a chance to easily use their burst rifle or other weapons to kill a xenomorph, but instead, they don't, so they can get killed off. There's a scene, I think it's in episode 2, where there's a Marine, he's got his rifle, he knows where the alien is, and he just stands there with his gun aimed at it. I'm like, shoot the xenomorph! I was watching it, I'm watching it with my family, and I'm like, shoot the thing! And they're like, calm down. I'm like, no! He's standing there, he has a perfect clear line of sight, no obstructions, he could kill this thing and end the show. But he doesn't do it. Guess what happens? He dies. This is just piss poor writing. I don't care about any of the characters except for Wendy and Morrow. Everyone else is just extremely irritating and frustrating on screen. And I honestly just wanted the entire cast just to get killed off by the aliens. This show is also very obsessed with the original animated Disney Peter Pan movie and Ice Age franchise. It's wild to think that in like 100 plus years for some reason, both of these films and franchises are still going to be watched and enjoyed by children, even though there's a bunch of new technology out there. It's like, are you kidding me? You're going to tell me in 100 years Ice Age and Peter Pan from Disney is still going to be like must-watch television? I highly doubt that. Okay? Highly doubt that. Episode 3 offers some cool action at the start with Wendy and her brother killing the alien. But the rest of the episode is just character drama and some backstory. But for the most part, nothing of importance really happens. It's a lot of filler. Episode 4 is when character arcs start happening. Plots get going. We get some more interesting and creepy stuff. And generally, it's just a lot of things happening. Episode 5... is kind of weird because it feels like with episode 5, like the show writers really wanted to make an alien movie. And it's further done by this episode. Episode 5 makes me feel like this 8-hour, like I said, this 8-hour episode, this 8-hour TV show could have been made into a 3-hour alien film. This is basically, episode 5 is an hour-long alien origin story. It's like it's the beginning, hour of a film because it shows how and why the crew gets killed. The mega ship with all the aliens on board from deep space. So it's a prequel, which is weird for it to be episode 5, even though it takes place before episode 1. So it's a prequel, and it takes place before everything happens. So the characters, they act and they talk like the people in the original Alien film from 1979. It gives us more lore into the franchise that not all the aliens in the universe are evil, especially like the eye-like alien. It seems to want to help out humanity and is also at war with the xenomorphs. Why? Never find out. Episode 5, unfortunately, it does fall apart because there's just a bunch of unnecessary things that occur in it. It's also an unnecessary flashback because the entire crew, they're deliberately weird idiots for no reason. The engineer apprentice is dumb. He's the one that is the traitor, and he's the one that causes the megaship to crash. When the doctors try to remove this alien tick from one of these guys' lungs, they don't have masks on to protect them from foreign contamination. So, of course, they get killed. And I'm just like in the original Alien, when the synth doctor was doing, an autopsy and trying to figure out what was wrong with the crew getting killed, he had a mask on, even though he wasn't human. It's like, the people making this show clearly haven't watched anything else in the Alien franchise. Please fire these fucks. I'm sorry. But please fire these morons. Hire people that have actually watched the past Alien films in the franchise to make sure that things are actually written properly. Episode 6, characters act and behave still stupid, breaking protocols that actively get them killed, and others too. New allies get formed. Which is better, man or machine, is a question that starts to come into play a lot more. And we get a xenomorph outbreak of the facility, and we get a lot of setup for the final 2 episodes. Episode 7, we get the full alien outbreak, with the episode focusing a lot on action, and some more on some side characters as to where their loyalties truly lie. It's a lot of action, a lot of gore. The ending teases the final episode of Wendy's brother killing a robot android. Kind of sets her off, and it also sets the stage for aliens and androids to work together to rise up against humanity. There's no explanation also in this episode as to how Weyland-Yutani's people are able to locate this secret island that Prodigy is in control of. There's just no explanation. These operatives just show up on the island, and I'm just like, how did you find the island? How did you get there? And you're going to tell me what? You swam or walked the entire ocean floor from a beach hundreds of miles away to get there? Or did a boat show up and drop you off halfway? There's just no explanation as to these questions that are lingering. Episode 8, It's a lot of action, a lot of death. We get alien and robot androids versus humanity. We get some more character backstories, especially for the head CEO of Prodigy. Unfortunately, characters still talk, act, and behave like idiots. So, I have to mention that. It's in every single episode, unfortunately. In conclusion, this 8-hour show could have been a 2.5, 3-hour film. The show has a very poor conclusion with the android robots and aliens working together to revolt against their human makers. And it's basically like a Terminator kind of story, and I just don't like it. I'm not excited for anything else in this TV series. Like, I'm sure that because of the ending of episode 8, it does tease a future season, but I'm just not interested. And if you've watched all 8 episodes and you are, I'm glad for you. Me, I'm just like, whatever. Like, seriously, after episode 5 ended, I was just like, whatever. Let's watch the last 3 and be done with this. And that's where I'm at. I'm in apathy with this show. I think this show has done a lot more damage than help to the Alien franchise. I really enjoyed Alien Romulus. Yeah, it was a lot of memorabilia and stuff, but at least even though it wasn't anything spectacularly original, it still kept to the heart of what makes a good Alien movie a good Alien movie. And Alien Earth is just it's a waste of time. And that's really sad. I really wanted to like this show, but I just can't stomach watching stupid things happen for the sake of a plot. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give the entire season 1 of Alien Earth a 2 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, and look forward to more Alien stuff, videos, shows, reviews coming soon. If you guys also want, I do stream regularly on Twitch at Douglas447. You guys can head over there and follow. It is completely free. If I haven't yet, I will be popping up an Alien playlist. You guys can watch my reviews of everything Alien franchise related there as well. Might even show my Predator franchise playlist as well if you guys want to check that out. All right, have a good one, guys. Peace out.